Hey boys and girls, so remember our new author, her name is Gail Gibbons, and she writes non-fiction books, so books full of information. And the book we will be reading today is called Ladybugs. With this book, and maybe some more of her other books, Gail labels a lot of her pictures, so you will see the regular words at the bottom, but also words scattered throughout, talking about the different parts and things. So I can't read all of those words because this video would be super long, so I'm gonna maybe make the best decision and try to read the important words. Title page, Ladybugs. Now, this book, there is no table of contents. It gets right to it, so let's get started. A flower gently sways in the breeze. A small bug is looking for food. It's a ladybug. And it says right here, actual size, it's that tiny. Many ladybugs fly and move about looking for food. They eat aphids and other insects such as scales and mice that are harmful to plants. A ladybug is a beetle. The hard outside of an adult ladybug's body protects the soft insides. Those are all the little aphids and mites and scales. A ladybug's body, the side view and the top view. Like other insects, a ladybug's body has three main parts. They are the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. The ladybug has two sets of wings. Different kinds of ladybugs. Ladybugs can be many different colors and sizes. Some are as small as the head of a pin. Others can be as large as a child's fingernail. Most are some size in between. They live on 6 of the 7 continents. Many scientists believe there are about 5,000 different kinds of ladybugs around the world. They also believe that there are about 475 different types of ladybugs just in North America. So this talks about the 4 stages from an egg to an adult. Ladybugs mate in spring and summer. A ladybug finds its mate by scent rather than sight. About 1 week after mating, the female lays her eggs. During the next week, the eggs turn from yellow to white. The second stage. After a few days, the eggs are ready to hatch. The thin shells begin to split open. The ladybug larvae crawl out. They eat their eggshells and begin eating aphids. One larva can eat about 30 aphids a day. A larva eats so much that its outside covering becomes too tight. The outside covering splits and is shed. A new, larger outside covering takes its place. This is called molting. The larva continues to eat and get bigger. It may molt 3 more times before it is fully grown. After molting for the last time, the larva attaches itself to a safe place using a sticky liquid at the end of its abdomen. The ladybug larva is now called a pupa. Outside the covering of the pupa becomes hard. Inside, the ladybug pupa will continue to develop. It will not eat or move during this time. I never knew this about ladybugs. Now the ladybug pupa begins to split open and its hard covering. Head first, the ladybug pulls its body out. The ladybug's body is pale and soft and has no dots. Its body slowly hardens. Its 2 delicate transparent inner wings, which will be used for flying, extend to dry, so the little wet wings come out to dry. Then they slip back under the hard wings for protection. In about 1 hour, the ladybug is ready to live a ladybug life, and dots begin to appear. Soon, the adult ladybug opens its hard wings and unfolds its flying wings. The ladybug lifts itself up into the air. It will spend its life going from plant to plant, eating aphids and other insects. Danger! A ladybug has many enemies, including birds, frogs, and other insects. It has 3 major ways to defend itself. And its bright color is nature's warning to others that this insect may be poisonous or just taste bad. When a ladybug is attacked, its leg joints ooze a yellow fluid. It has a terrible smell that keeps enemies away. A ladybug will also pretend to be dead, and the predator will lose interest. Ladybugs must protect themselves from cold winter weather. Thousands of ladybugs find a safe warm place, such as under a rock or nestled under leaves. Like other insects, ladybugs are cold-blooded. Their body temperatures are controlled by air surrounding them. They become active again when their temperature rises to about 15 degrees Celsius or 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Gardeners and farmers have always been against insects that damage their plants and crops, but they appreciate ladybugs because they eat plant-damaging insects. It says in the late 1800s, crops in California were attacked by destructive insects, and farmers were desperate. When lots of ladybugs were released into the fields, they ate the destructive insects. Within a year, the crops were thriving again. So, The bugs were eating all of these farmers' plants, and so they brought in some ladybugs, and the ladybugs took care of it. So when farmers became larger, farmers began to use poisonous pesticides to kill plant-eating insects. But then they realized that those pesticides could be bad for the plants because they damaged the soil, polluted water, and were harmful to the wildlife, including ladybugs. Today, experts are finding safer ways to protect crops, which include using ladybugs again. So instead of using the things to spray in the plants to keep the bugs away, they're just bringing out ladybugs, and it protects the plants. This right here says organic foods are grown without using chemicals. Many plants have ladybugs helping them to become insect-free and grow into delicious foods that we can eat. Ladybugs are beautiful to look at and interesting to watch, but they are also important insects that help the environment. Who knew? And on the back, it says ladybugs. It says different facts about the ladybugs, so I'll read them to you. It says, it takes about 3,000 ladybugs to protect 1 acre of plants. An adult ladybug can eat about 100 aphids and other tiny insects in a day. 100 a day? Oh my gosh. A ladybug's inner wings beat 85 times a second. 1, 2. That was 85 times that the ladybug flapped its wings. That's super fast. Ladybug can fly about 15 miles an hour. Ladybugs are also called ladybird beetles. Ladybugs can swim. Some ladybugs have no dots. And depending on the kind of ladybug, some can live for about a month, while others can live to be 2 years old. So some ladybugs only live for 1 month, but others only live for 2 years. Wow. So that was a lot of information to think about, wasn't it? I want you to think about the book, and something I like to do is think about something I learned in a nonfiction book. So what did you learn from reading this book? I learned that an adult ladybug can eat 85 aphids a day. That's a lot. I also learned that ladybug eggs come out yellow, but then they turn white. What I thought was really interesting is that they kind of turn into like a cocoon almost. It didn't say it was a cocoon. It's called a pupa. When they attach themselves to a branch and then get hard and then change inside, and out pops a ladybug. I wonder what you learned or what you thought was interesting. Thank you for learning with me, and I will see you next time for another Gail Gibbons book. Bye.